All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Droppin'Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. Today, we're going to be bringing you another little special trophy match here. Checking it out, we're playing a modern breach here. And, you know, I had a ridiculous amount of trophy matches with this deck right away when people didn't really know it was coming. Then I, settled on a couple 4-1s. I even had a 1-4 league. Wasn't my proudest, so not the most gleaming league there. But, back to the 4-1-5-0 ways in the last couple leagues with this deck. This is my SCG Columbus deck. I'm recording this the day I leave. Basically, I leave in like 5 hours. So I wanted to get this video chopped up and put up on the YouTube channel before my event. Probably not going to happen. So more than likely, this is what I played at SCG Columbus, and I hope I did good. But if I did good, maybe this trophy match is extra special. So looking forward to this deck. This is a deck I've been playing a lot. I went 14-0 in my RCQ with it to qualify for Atlanta, which was pretty fun. Not losing a game, the old flawless victory. I don't think I've ever done that in my career at a tournament at least of that level or higher. So that felt pretty strong. So feeling really good about this deck. I have a sideboard guide with an article, tips and tricks, and the top 13 matchups that I expect to play in Modern right now. This is right before Dom for SCG Columbus, but I don't really expect any changes to the deck, and I think it's still going to be strong with Dom, so I think it is plenty reasonable to invest in the patron for this deck and sideboard guide, because it will live on into the next Modern metagame. So yeah, the patrons link is below if y'all want to consider joining. So quick talking about the deck. I played this a ton, so we're going to breeze through it. 4 Urza Saga in our mana base. We have an Otawara. We're an Underworld Breach Grinding Station combo deck. You assemble those plus a 0-drop, preferably Mox Amber, mixed with a legend, either Teferi, Emry, or Ragavan. You get to add mana, sack it, bring it back. Add mana, sack it, bring it back. Infinite mana. Well, as much as your deck allows. 20-ish mana, 18 mana. And then you play Thassa's Oracle, win the game. Have a backup plan of playing Ragavans, Ledger Shredders, Urza Sagas as a beatdown plan. And I think the major changes is I've added Teferi to the main because I'm loving it there. And then post board, not too much is that different. So yeah, let's win ourselves another trophy. All right, on the draw, we have Thassa's Oracle, which is basically a pseudo mulligan. We have enough looting that it isn't an actual factual mulligan. We have Emry here for turn 2 into Expressive Iteration and other things. This is probably going to be too slow on the draw, but I'm going to keep it. I think it's close. Hope we're not up against a turn 1 Ragavan. That's really the only thing I don't want to see. Uh-oh. Okay. That's good. Okay. Sweet. All right, so I can also bobble this turn, but I'm not going to activate it almost no matter what. So we're going to do this. We're going to play a Ragavan, which will almost assuredly die, but at least we got to play for turn 1. Then maybe that means our Emry lives. And then we'll say go. Oh, I love trophy matches in the morning, y'all. I love trophy matches in the morning, especially with my favorite Modern deck. All right. Yeah, I suppose Dom is online, so we might start playing against nonsense. Who knows? That's usually week 1 when Dom is online, is you just play against random shit, All right, Triome. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, not popping Bobble, especially if I were to connect with Ragavan. Emry costs 1, then I have 2 mana left over to do other stuff. Could even Expressive Iteration. All right, just kidding. Just kidding. That card dead. But probably a Scapeshift style deck. I've beaten plenty of these before. Usually my Ragavans live, but whatever. Ledger Shredder. I think Emry's still more important, and it's better to sequence Emry first in this scenario, so that next turn I could go Shredder and bring back Bobble and then loot away this Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, I think we can safely take 2 more. And now we get to essentially draw 2 cards because we get to draw a Bobble. But they're not a Thoughtseize deck, so we probably don't need that. But they could be an endurance deck, I guess. I think we'll still bobble at their upkeep to see what they're going to draw. I don't know. If they're playing the old multiple Tri-Lands endurance deck, then I guess you got my bobble for the turn. But even if they endurance us now, it's not so bad. No. There goes Emery. That's a little lame. Just let me keep a threat. Let me keep a threat. All right. I really don't know what we're up against. No clue for this trophy match. There's a fire. It's looking like Scapeshift, though. If I had to guess. Could also be Dwarven Mind. Oh, okay. That's probably what it is. Just creativity. Yeah, creativity or Scapeshift. Either way, it's going to be a combo deck of sorts. All right. Expressive iteration here. Need to find some more action. Okay. Well, I don't think Teferi is going to be that strong. Maybe it is. Regardless, we're playing Ragavan, so we get to keep either Teferi or Breach. Breach is the combo card we need. Especially if they're playing Archon, where, you know, we're not going to have that much time here. But then again, Teferi is good against Archon, so this is just tough because we don't know exactly what we're up against. Probably creativity now that I'm thinking about it more. So that being the case, Teferi actually does seem maybe a little bit better, because then next turn if they creativity with that Dwarven Mine, I just get to bounce it. But then again, I'm also down a heat or a breach. Yeah, we still have a lot of cards to find, and I think I might just need it for survival. So I'm gonna try it. And now we get to shuffle that breach in at least. And we'll play this Ragavan. And say go. Easily could just be dying to Archon here, but what can you do? A lot of mountains, so Dwarven Mine would make a lot of sense. This was the bottom matchup I had on my sideboard guide too, so I'm going to make sure I know what I'm doing here. If it is indeed 4-color creativity. I played the deck and I didn't love it, but not saying it's a great matchup for us. Red, red, green. Fable. Okay. Not terrible, to be honest, with our Teferi plan, because at least we can bounce it and then do some other stuff. Yeah, I'm all about it. So we can play Ledger Shredder as well, and we can get this Saga going. Okay. All right, here's this. Now they can draw cards, so maybe there's still a fetch land away. And maybe if we hit a removal spell, we get to just hold it up. Yeah, hey, we can just hold that up, and now they can't creativity us. I mean, if they can't creativity us, they cannot beat us. Or transmogrify, so that's kind of all we were waiting for was a removal spell here. Now we can hold back a little bit, play a little bit more defensive, and just play this tempo-style game against them, which is definitely favoring to us. We put down those shields last turn where they had a great creativity turn. Looks like they bricked on the land, and we'll take advantage of it. Fable, so close, but I'm just going to say go. Playing just Shredder here is not very good anyways. All right, so they get the draw. Get the draw. Okay. Discards just one card. Discards the Fable. Their hand must be good then. And we're still both pieces away from the combo. Don't even have the grinding station in graveyard, so looking like more of a beatdown game. But we're like 2 turns away from just killing them with Saga. Oh, that's a good fire. That's a great fire. All right. Not much to do about that one. Gonna have some options here. All right. I think the option I'm leaning on here is just Ledger Shredder go, and then make a construct, and then I have Unholy Heat available as well. Okay. Your go. The jig is up. All right, so now if they top deck a land and they can double creativity here, then we're probably dead, or at least, you know, need to get a little lucky. But if they just have 1 Transmogrify or 1 creativity here, we can still beat that. And then next turn, we'll probably just have to start digging. Making another construct is probably not going to be good enough, but we'll see. Ruh-roh. Okay. Didn't want to go for it, eh? Oh, I think that was a huge mistake. Just keeping reflection, hoping for the best there. Wouldn't recommend it. That was a huge misplay. That could have been an Archon. Okay, so I'm pretty tempted to go get Spellbomb at this point. So I can have something to bounce just in case they do go for it, but we'll see. See what we draw. Grinding Station. So, I mean, technically we could Expressive Iteration into Breach and grind. Nope, couldn't even combo that way. Okay, we could with getting a drum, but that's all risky if we brick. So I think I'm just going to just make a Saga, get a Spellbomb, an Expressive. All right, I like it. Spellbomb, Expressive Iteration. All right, we can get Breach to hand. This is excellent. Breach to hand, play the Steam Vents. We can combo next turn, even if they were to find Archons and stuff. As long as they can't make me discard 4 cards, I should be fine. So now we're kind of, this is what the deck does. It presents multiple fronts. Like I'm presenting an aggressive front that's going to kill them soon. 8, 9, could technically be next turn. Honestly, I play Grinding Station. I play another card, discard and connive. And then it's just GG. So we're going to be able to present lethal on the battlefield. And then if they like do the best they can to stop that, then we're just like, okay, combo you. Looks to be like what might be happening. So in order to present lethal, I do have to play these 2 cards and then discard this, which, you know what, I'm A-okay with. Can't think of any cards that they can have. Especially with that Mox. That was a great draw. All right, let's cast this. Let's cast a Breach. Can actually hold Oracle. Ooh, they have something, huh? Remand? You got it. Desperation, it seems. I think I'm just going to go with the combination of kill them by attacking to save time. Depending on what they do here. Okay. Spell Pierce doesn't stop me? Question mark? Maybe it does. I think it stops me from comboing this turn, but it doesn't stop me from just winning the game. Yeah, I can just win the game with Unholy Heat now. My 1-card combo from the board, or from the graveyard. The old Breach combo deck that just brings back 1 shock from the graveyard for the win. Okay, looking at my sideboard guide here. Double checking how I sideboard there. Yep, I like these cards. Good job, Corey. And bringing in Urza as well for a little beatdown plan. I'm slightly unsure of that one, but it's worth testing. So Bolt isn't great. Heat is not great. It's okay at hitting the creatures, but not amazing. And then I can cut a Station and a Breach. Still like some Teferis to fight the counter wars. Spellbomb to be able to bounce tokens like we saw. And then just a good aggro plan because they bring in a card I don't love, Leyline of the Void. So I like to trim some combo and just try to be a beatdown plan. All right, we're 1 game away from glory. 1 game away from this trophy match. We love trophy matches here. But yeah, hopefully I did well at Columbus, you know, by the time you're watching this. I have a backup deck for Columbus as well, which is just a 4-color Omnath pile close to Ivan's list from the NRG series. And hopefully I don't have to play that. Hopefully I'm just dominating with Breach. This was my confidence booster league before the trip. I was just like, all right, come on, just give me a 5-0 so I feel good about the deck for the ride. And hey, we're 1 game away after yesterday having some medium results when I did some testing. But before that, before the section of medium results, I was dominating every single league, winning every tournament, and it felt like I was walking on water. So I had a little grounding earlier this week, but we're back to our 5-0 ways, trying to get our first trophy of the season. Reminder, everyone, while we're killing time anyways, if you want a sideboard guide for this, it's in the Patreon for the family tier or higher. You know, you can be the other tier, the $5 tier. I'm not sure exactly what I call it, to be honest. Cousin, I think. You can be in that tier and still get some benefits, but when it comes tournament time, being in the family tier is what gets you unlocked to everything. Otherwise, you know, the other tier works for non-tournament focused weeks. So yeah, consider joining. All right, so post board, they have Leylines as their hate cards. But then, you know, I mean, they can just combo you pretty quick. But the thing is, when they combo you, quote unquote, it's not a big deal. You know, like, so if they don't have Leyline plus their comboing, you know, you can just be like, yeah, sack a creature, no big deal. But it can be tricky if it's, if they have more going on. So they are Ren and 6 deck as well. So we do have to think about that. Where Regavan would be a blowout to get this Rend. But sometimes, you know, you just don't really have a choice. So I'd love to draw an Emery, to be honest. No Leyline is good. Drum roll. It's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be a good weekend. What up, Emery? How you doing? Yeah, just playing some cards? Just milling some cards over? Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, you want to bring back a bobble later? We could hang? Sure, Corey. Oh, bringing back bubbles. Cool, Emery. Cool, 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 cool. Well, thanks for coming at the most advantageous time possible for me, Emery. You're welcome, Corey. Anything for you. Tee. That's what Emery sounds like, right? I mean, she's been living underwater for a while, so, you know, vocal cords might have changed. You know what? I'll just shut the hell up. How about that? How about I'll just shut up and we'll continue our game, okay? Cool. All right, so we do have Mox Sapphire in the graveyard here as long as Emery lives. Which it doesn't look like it's gonna. Okay. Emery down. Now we're going to start doing some peeking. Archon off the top. Not the card you want to draw most of the time. So we'll take that. All right, is this the Ren? Ren's just great here. Can't really do anything about it as it stands. I'm just going to be able to attack face or something. All right. We'll bobble them again. So we know they have Archon as one of their 4 cards, and they're about to draw Creativity. That's some good cards to know about. Once that gets to turn 5, I'm going to have no way around it. So hopefully we can do some damage before then. I guess I can Ragavan it away. Yeah. I mean, that card they almost assuredly need. Even if it's a redundant copy. Something I still think I want to get rid of. All right, we're going back up to 7 cards. Okay, well, I mean, being able to get rid of Creativity on top and Unholy Heat Ren seems like a slam dunk to me. Dash away. All right, Creativity is gone. And so is Ren. All right, here we go. Now at least they don't for sure have the combo. They don't for sure have lands, you know, all that jazz. We don't want to see land Fable. Fable would be good because then we know they can discard Archon as well, which is usually what you want to be discarding with Fables if you have those in your hand. So we know they have Archon and 1 fetch land. So they for sure have land 3. That was the fetch land, I think. Okay, no Fable is pretty nice. Now, looks like Ragavan's not going to live. So doing something other than Ragavan this turn would probably be decent if we got it. That's a decent thing. I'm pretty cool jamming that to start. Could get hit next turn. Okay, I lied actually. As I'm thinking about it more, I could go Drum with this, Ragavan with this, tap the creature to play Spellbomb, and then have a fetch line open, and then I can at least beat Transmogrify next turn. All right. Let's do it. Play the cards, and then we'll iteration next turn. They're going to have Dwarven Mines and stuff too, so our Ragavan's not going to be that good anymore. It did a decent job, though. Okay, now we're still very far away from the combo, but at least we have a little defense away from Archon for exactly next turn. So it's not that great, but... they could have it. They'd be kind of silly for going for it. Especially because Ragavan would then connect. Teamer. Fable? Prismari Command. That would make sense. So, I mean, I can just prevent this by bouncing Ragavan here. Do that or draw a card and give up Ragavan. Either way, I get a card. And it's either, do I want that card to be Ragavan or do I want it to be a random card? I like Ragavans. It's not so great if they have another Bolt, though. Which they did. Leave that untapped. Yeah, that feels sketch to me. I feel like they do have a Bolt. I'm just going to draw a card. I think Counterspell would be better for me to draw than another Ragavan. Or, God forbid, the combo. Step one. Could even do a Value Breach. I don't think it's ready next turn, but you never know. Like, if they play Archon, Value Breach, start by Unholy Heating Archon, that might be good. Alright, I think just iteration time. They could have Spell Pierce here. That would make sense as well. So maybe I want to play this land. That would make a lot of sense if they have Spell Pierce and not Bolt, to be honest. But regardless, let's start with this. If I see 2 lands, you know, it's a bit of a punisher, but... I mean, I'll pay for it. We played around that pretty beautifully. Come on, 0 drop. Okay, I don't love these cards. I could just go second breach to hand. Obviously put Thassa's Oracle back in the deck. Because my breaches will find Unholy Heat. Yeah, let's do that, because then next turn, no matter what, I'll Value Breach. Show you the ways of the Value Breaching. Alright, here we go. We'll have a lot of permanents in play after that Value Breach. We got 13 cards in graveyard. That's a lot of spells. Especially because Emery is basically free. Get to get Emery Bauble going. And to say it eloquently, their deck kind of sucks. I think it's a very cute deck, and it plays some of the powerful cards, but it's still just playing 4 mana sorceries that combo, but they don't actually combo. You know, it's just not great for Modern, in my opinion. It, of course, can steal wins and stuff, but I don't think it's amazing. Okay, so I do think I want that dead. Probably. All right, and there is still a chance we win the game. We just have to flip over a breach. So let's start with this. Let's go with Mox to start. Mox. Emery. We still have 6 types. We're about to lose a creature, though, so we can get rid of land. Let's leave Saga. Get rid of Bobble. And Expressive. We'll lose a type in that exchange. 5 types. Okay, so now if we want to Unholy Heat this, I think we basically have to do it now. Do I care? I think I do. So I can go Unholy Heat. All right, so 7 types. Instant's going to be out of the graveyard, though, so that's 6 types. 1, I can get rid of both baubles, kind of risky. 6 types. 5 types. Sorcery, artifact, land, enchantment. Okay, so that'll do it. So let's heat that. Now I can bring back Spellbomb and have that ready to go. Not the best value breach turn. I could also bring back Teferi. Bounce something. I could bounce my own breach. That trick is kind of cute. Or I bring back Bobble. Sack Bobble. I can only do one thing regardless. Unless I iterate into something, which that might not be terrible. Spellbound protects me from the combo, though. So I think let's do that. Guess so does this Otawara. Otawara protects me from the combo, so maybe I do just bobble. Okay, I'm behind it. Bubble. And let's bobble them now in case I get some disruption. Fable off the top. They're probably going to fetch that away anyways. But all right, there was our value breach. Nothing amazing, but we dealt with Ren. We got a Mox in play, and we got an active Amber going. We know they still have Archon, so they no longer have Fable. There's that. Okay, I was like, dang, if they Lightning Bolt there without me responding, that would have been bad. All right, now that if they just go for Transmogrify or 1 creativity and don't have fetch land plus creativity, then Otawara is going to be a blowout. All right, I'm going to do it. It's not getting much better. Get that out of there. Couldn't cast it once it dies. All right, but if they have fetch land, creativity, or whatever, then they got us. Got us in the sense where I'll just play Breach next turn and Teferi bounce it, but... Okay, another Ren. We'll have to let that one live. All right, now, once again, if we can Emery into Grinding Station, this game should be over. If not, we might value Breach and bounce it with Teferi at the end step. It's a cute little play. All right, so start with Emery. We know they have Archon plus 1 card in hand. Could be anything. Could even be a boat. All right, bricked again. So let's value breach. Let's do that play and bounce it with Teferi. Breach. White, blue, blue, white, Teferi. Okay, now we can bobble. And then we can bobble, bobble, and then bobble again. So yeah, bobble them. Bobble them. Return bobble. Then bounce breach. And really wish we had another land, but we don't. So now do we want to bobble again? Let's go to end step where they're probably going to sack this land and then we'll bobble. But I just want a bunch of cards in hand in case they Archon. So no Arid Mesas. Okay. Bobble. There it is. So that's creativity for 2, almost assuredly. Okay, that's creativity for 1 at least. Okay, still cannot find a grinding station to save my life. We did take 1 out, but come on. Well, I think we'll deal with that. Keep Teferi alive. I mean, they could have just, like Dust cost 8. I was like, they could have just cast the thing, but yeah, this'll do. So Archon is creature or planeswalker. I don't have the spell bomb anymore though, so realistically, I probably will just sack Teferi. And I no longer want Gust. No longer a thing. Now we can at least breach Teferi bounce it. At worst. We know they still have 1 more Archon. And 1 mystery card. Okay, let's go to work. Just a Teferi to start is not bad. So I could start with Ledger Shredder into Teferi Bounce with Saga. I like it. Gotta play this first to play around Spell Pierce. Okay. Blue, white, red, Teferi. Draw. Don't need that. Bounce Archon. All right, I think I need to keep this in hand just in case they put an Archon into play. And we'll just say go. And once again, try to find a grinding station. Maybe I shouldn't be taking out any piece of the combo. The combo feels really good. If they don't have Leyline, but that's the thing. If they have a Leyline, I'm dead. Okay. It's been a wild game. A lot of back and forth, but mostly back and forth because we've breached twice and we're unable to combo. But hey, next turn could be another one of these Teferi breach value combos. You can just keep doing it, you know? Until you find your cards. You get to go through a bunch of cards. Start over with 6 cards again, kind of thing. Yep, don't care about that. In fact, I'd like that Teferi dead. Loot. Okay, Urza's better than Shredder. We can start doing some silly things. Okay. I was like, Archon there would be still pretty good. Okay. Probably just start with Expressive. Or I start with Urza, because Urza really only costs like 1 mana, if you think about it. Really close. I think I can start with Expressive. They basically F6'd is what they're telling me. So I can kill Renin 6. I mean, I can just get close to killing them too. Emery into my hand. Regavan here. I'm gonna Emery. Finally. Okay, that should do it. All right. Can I Urza as well for the values? I think I can. So Urza for 4, then Breach, then bring back a 0-drop. That's a little riskier. They could have anything to disrupt me then, so let's not do that. Let's just go with Breach. Okay, so they're dead. All right, Grinding Station. Finally did it. All right, sack Mox. Always yield, always yes. Well, actually turn off auto yields. All right, and we'll have a Spell Pierce backup as well. We can also, if we can generate enough mana here, we can actually play Teferi as well to just guarantee it. There's that. Grind. On tap. Mox Amber. Okay. Now we can Teferi here. There's the Thoracle. Yeah. Let's just play it. I don't think they're doing anything. Trophy is acquired by us. All right, not bad. We picked apart Archon there, and that was with a very awkward draw. I'm starting to think I should keep in maybe the combo there. But then again, they do have ley lines, so maybe we are right on that. So, all right, thank you so much for watching this special edition of Droppin'Baums trophy match. Last one before Dom technically comes in. But yeah, like I said, not really making any changes with Dominaria United coming into play. So like, share, ring the bell for future videos. And yeah, always appreciate the support here on this channel, everyone. See you next video.